Okay, following with the process, um, our students need to identify and match concrete images with the correct word or concept so they can learn the proper and specific vocabulary and understanding. And they will need to reading for general comprehension and filling the gaps, and then writing for describe a result or a graph or to discuss about the problem that we will give them in the activities. We follow with the attitudes, values, and habits. So we want them to demonstrate interest and willingness to take care of their own habits and engaging with the effort when performing physical activities in the class. And we want to develop them the critical thinking in a non-active lifestyle and become aware of our daily habits and how can we can improve them, or how can we change the unhealthy habits to the healthy habits. We want our students to be open-minded, the teamwork skills in fitness game or group activities as fair play, respect, grace to lose or win. So we want the students to enjoy doing physical activity and not to compete at all. It's important that the student respect the norms in the PE class, as bring the sportswear, care of the equipment that we have in the class or the facilities. We need to evaluate to the hygiene habits. So, for example, if they wash themselves or take a shower before after the class, if they respect the heating or the cooling activities, so that's the parts of the session. Okay, now we follow with the language content. It's another important thing that we need to evaluate as we do in the CLIL methodology. We divide five language content. The first one is a vocabulary of the lectures for certain activities in the internet. Then we use the terms for sequences and basic math computations, as they will need to do some calculations for the head rate. Then the structures that will need to do to answer the why questions and give opinions. For the L4, we will use of English in physical activities. So we will review the different instructions and other communication skills. So name of games or particular exercises, or for do different activities in pairs. Then they will need to analyze the graphic or the test results. So the students will need the structures to describe or to explain and report the activity. Yeah, we start with activities. At the beginning, the teachers receive all the students and using a board. We start with the introductory and motivational activity that has 5 minutes duration. So we write a question about what we did last class. Sorry for yesterday. And then we will write moreover what we're going to do. So different vocabulary and terms and the content. For that, we will use an introductory video that you can click on it and talks about the benefits, the physical and mental benefits of being active. After the video, what we're going to do is ask to the students questions about the video. They did understand what are the benefits of being active and have a good, a healthy lifestyle. We follow with the task 1, so the proper task, and it's a language awareness task. So As we did introduce some vocabulary, now we're going to see if our students understand what does that mean each term or each word. So they need to match the word with its definition, with the number. As you see, I put in a red color what the students should write. For example, they need to know what is the heart rate. So in the different descriptions, we see one, the speed of the heartbeat measured by the number of contractions, beats, of the heart per minute. So they need to put here on number 1. The same with, for example, aerobic exercise. It's number 7. We need to read and to write the proper number in the correct definition. So, also known as cardio, is physical exercise of low high intensity that depends primarily on the aerobic energy generating process. And that they will need to do with each term or word. The second activity, the students, okay, they will need to identify the images. So now here we have some images that helps to the students to know what is an unhealthy habit or a healthy habit. As now they understand what is this word, because in the previous activity they already match the proper the number with the definition. Now they can see if, for example, number 2 is healthy or unhealthy habit. You see, moreover, we ask them for write a short sentence describing what are they doing, like what they see in the image. For example, the image number 5, it's a healthy habit, but the girl is doing different physical activities. Over here, we just ask to describe a short sentence, and it's here where we try to correct them if they have some grammatical mistake. Okay, the task number 3, it's now about to introduce the target heart rate zone. But before the task, we put a video about what is the heart rate. After that, every student will have a paper sheet with the definition of the target heart rate that we are going to explain to, just in case and to ensure that our students understand what it is. So we will use Spanish if it's necessary in that. For that, we will use some other images to show the students how to take the pulse, radial pulse, carotid pulse, and, for example, that are other machines that we can use to measure our beats. All the students will have different, will have other information. So every activity we will put a, do you want to know more? There is a link where they can find more information about the theme. Okay, we're going to start with the how to calculate maximum heart rate. That is because we will need it to calculate the target heart rate zone for the health. So always we explain how to do the exercise, but they will have the explanation in the paper sheet. We start by using a Tanaka's formula, and we explain it. For that, they will need to know their own age. For example, if the student has 15 years old, with the calculation, they will have 197.5 beats per minute. We explain that the Tanaka's formula is not the only one, but it's one of the more precise formulas that we can use to know our maximum heart rate zone in a theoretical way. Then they can know other formulas by clicking or looking in internet in this link. So now that we have the maximum heart rate, we can calculate the target heart rate zone for health. But for that, we will use Carbonell's formula, Carbone's formula says that we need to know the resting heart rate. As the best time to take this pulse is when we wake up, and now we are in the school, we explain them to relax for a minute, to close the eyes and breathe, and to count our beats during 5 seconds, and after that multiply it per 4. So then they will have a result. For example, I wrote here 52 beats per minute in my resting heart rate. Now the students have everything to calculate the formulas, all the numbers. So they just need to substitute the numbers in each part of the formula. In the percentage of effort, we will give them the 60% and 80% that we explained it before at the beginning. So doing the calculations for the lower limit, that is the 60% of my maximum heart rate zone, the student will have, for example, 139.3 beats per minute, and in the higher, in the 80%, 168.4. So now they know the range of their target heart rate zone for the health in the lower and the higher limits. We help them with that, putting a table with the effort and the effects of each percentage of effort. That's why now the students work in pairs. Now they have to compare the different results, if they are the same or similar or different, why they think they could have these different results or same results. We will remind them that most of these questions were in the videos. Moreover, we put this table. They can help them. They can look it too to help to respond. And we put another link just in case they want to know more information about these questions. Now we're going to talk about the task 4. As they have a sheet with all in the same paper sheet, they will see there's a graph, but an empty graph, and they need to draw a line in their lower and higher target heart rate zone, as you see. And after that, they need to point out in the graphic the different heart rate in the following activities. As we start sitting in the class, they need to take the heartbeat while sitting, then after go upstairs to the pavilion, then after 5 minutes warm up, so we do a game that is called A Casa que Llueve. Then we're going to do a tag game. It's a Mata Conejos, and it's about 20 minutes. So they need to get active in the exercise. After that, we will do another activity that it's right after 3 minutes run, the fastest they can. They can take the pulse. So they have to be in a relay game, running 3 minutes as fast as they can. And after the last exercise, 1 minute later, they will need to take again the pulse, so they can see how fast they can recover. We remind them that to check their heart rate, they need to count 15 seconds, and then how many beats in 15 seconds they have, and multiply it per 4. The question is, are you in or are you out of your target heart rate zone for the health? So they write the heart rate in each activity, and then if they are out or in. As you see, there's just one activity where the student is in the target heart rate zone. Finally, once they point out the beats in each activity, they have a graph. And we're going to discuss what's good for me. So now that we have recorded the heart rate in each activity, they need to think which one is the healthiest for the cardiorespiratory system and why.